Now, in this video, we have a question which is a combination of permutation and exponential sequence. Now, if we are given n permutation 3, n permutation 4, and 4 over 3 n permutation 5 as 3 consecutive terms of an exponential sequence, we are asked to determine the value of n, the common ratio of the sequence, and the sum to the first 15 terms of the sequence. Now, okay, so let's do some representations over here. Let A, B, and C be represented as our 3 consecutive terms. Then it will mean that A is equal to B is equal to, and C is equal to. Now, with permutation, if we are given n permutation R, can be expressed as n factorial over factorial. So we're going to simplify each of these terms. So if we have n permutation 3, we can rewrite it as n factorial over n minus 3 factorial. And when we are to simplify, it's going to be n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 factorial over n minus 3 factorial. And this will cancel this, and so we'll be left with n minus 1, n minus 2. Our second term is giving us n permutation 4, and that can also be expressed as n factorial over n minus 4 factorial, which if we are to simplify, we're going to get n minus 4 factorial, n minus 4 factorial. So this will cancel this, and we're going to get now our third term, 4 over 3 n permutation 5, will be given by 4 over 3 n factorial and minus 5 factorial. And when we are to simplify, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 5 factorial, n minus 5 factorial. So this will cancel this. So we're going to have as our third term 4 over 3 n So this is our first term, this is our second term, and this is our third term. So it means that our first term, which is A, is giving us n. Our second term, which is B, is giving us and our third term is giving us So these are our first three terms. So if A is equal to n into brackets n minus 1, n minus 2, then B can be rewritten as A n minus 3, and C can be rewritten as 4 over 3 A into brackets n minus 3, n minus 4. So our three consecutive terms are A into brackets n minus 3, and 4 over 3 A into brackets n minus 3, n minus 4. These are our three consecutive terms. So this is our first term A, and this is our second term B, and this is our third term C. With geometric sequence, if we have three consecutive terms A, B, and C, then B squared is equal to AC. So we can say that A into brackets is equal to A times so if we are to simplify this expression, we're going to have so the A's will cancel out, and n minus 3 would also cancel out, and so we'll be left with so when we simplify, we're going to get so we can then say that n is equal to 7. So that is the first part of the question. For the second part of the question, we are asked to determine the common ratio represented by R is equal to B over A or C over B. So B is our second term and is given by n minus 3. And A is our first term. So when the A's cancel out, we're going to be left with n minus 3 as R. N has been determined as 7. So our common ratio is 4. Now, with the C part of the question, we are asked to determine the sum of the first 15 terms. Now, for exponential sequence, the formula for determining the sum of the first n terms is given by where A is the first term of the sequence, the R is the common ratio, and n is the number of terms. And this formula is used when our common ratio is greater than 1. So this is our formula. Now, our first term is giving us n into brackets, n minus 1, n minus 2. So this is our first term. But n has been determined as 7. So our first term, if computed, will give us so our first term is 210. Our common ratio is 4. So our first term is 210. Our common ratio is 4. And the number of terms is 15. So let's compute the sum to the first 15 terms. Now, 4 exponent 15 is given by so it means 4 exponent 15 minus 1 would give us 1,741,823. So we're going to get so when you compute the sum of our first 15 terms of the geometric sequence is given by so this is the sum of our first 15 terms of the geometric sequence. Now, if our common ratio were to be less than 1, then the formula to be used to determine the first n terms of the geometric sequence would have been given by in which case r would have been less than 1. So this is the answer of the C part of our question. And that is the end of my video. Thank you very much for watching, but keep watching.